Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, Bernie Vision Television. I decided to make this video laying in the bed because it is 4:46 in the morning and I'm slightly sleepy. Yeah, just a little bit. But I have been meaning to make this video for days and days and days, and I just want to go ahead and make it. So, as you can see from the title, this is my testimony. If I can get myself together right here. Okay. Alright. So, as of this month, December, I had not had a job since 2006. I have not worked since January 2006. Yeah. I had been actively seeking employment. I've done everything possible. I have went to temp agencies. I have literally looked for work everywhere. I was willing to do absolutely anything, but I just could not find work. No matter what I did, I just could not find work. Because of reasons that I will not name, I applied. I never received a call. I never received anything. Up until last year, I had never had an interview. Last year I went, no, it was earlier this year. I'm thinking like it's 2015 already. But, this year I went to a temp agency and they called me in and was like, okay, we want to come talk to you. It was the early part of the year. They called me in like, we want to talk to you, want to get to know you, know your situation, blah, blah, whatever. So, goes into the temp agency and they literally acted like they was going to give me a job. Like, they asked me when could I start. They told me how much I would be making, so forth and so on, and I never received a call back. Called them and they said, we'll call you when we get something. So nothing ever seemed promising. Like, it was becoming a point where I was absolutely just depressed. I was literally depressed just about all the time. I started using YouTube as a way to do other things with my spare time, but it would work for a few days and then I would just become depressed. Like, depression would fall upon me out of nowhere. I could be having a great day. I mean, my whole day could just go beautifully, and then the very next morning I wake up and I was just depressed. Like, I was in a state where I felt like I was worthless. I felt useless. I just felt horrible, and the devil would just be talking to me and just making the situation worse. It was just horrible. So all my life I have been raised in the church. I have numerous amounts of preachers and pastors in my family, but somehow I had deviated from the church. So it got to the point where I say, you know what, God, I guess it's no other way. There's no way to fix it. I cannot fix it without you, and I know that now. So I went back to the church. I told God, I want to start all over. I want to start reading my Bible. I want to get closer to you, because apparently what I'm doing is not working. So maybe if I seek you, if I look and seek God, then things will start to look better for me. So, the early part of November, I was out and I put an application in. And when I put this application in, I was not looking for anything in particular. I wasn't looking for a call back. I wasn't looking for anything because, like I said, I've been looking for a job for 8 years now. 8 years I've been looking for work. No one never called. No one never said anything promising to me at all, ever. So I put this application in Bath and Body Works, and I believe it was on a Wednesday. I put the application in Wednesday. I received a call Thursday evening saying, "Hi, we got your application and we would like you to come in for an interview." I said, "Okay." Once again, I'm talking to God. I'm like, "Look, Lord, please, Jesus, like, if it's for me, it's for me, but I just can't take any more devastation. I can't take any more rejection. I just can't take it. Like, I literally cannot deal with anymore." Like, I was almost to the point of just taking my life, because I know I was here for my daughter, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like I'm here for her, but what can I do for her? I can't really do anything myself for her. Me and my daughter was being solely taken care of by my girlfriend. It was just depressing. It was very depressing. I had been reading my Bible. I had been praying. I started praying every day, every night. I just basically started seeking God. Like, I was just looking for God in everything that I do. So they called me on Thursday. I had the interview on Friday. So I was so nervous. I told everybody on, I don't know if I told y'all on Facebook to keep me in your prayers or what. I mean, on YouTube, but I know I told everybody on Facebook and Instagram to keep me in your prayers, and I will let everybody know why later. So Friday I went to the interview. I mean, I was so nervous. I was literally shaking, like I was just shaking in my boots. Like, my nerves was just getting the best of me. So I sat in the car before my interview and I just prayed to God. I said, "Lord, please just," and I hope I don't start crying during this video, but I said, "Lord, please just relax me, calm me down, and just have your way. If it's your will, it's your will." So I got out the car and went into my interview, and come to find out, it was a group interview. It was 4 of us that were there at the same time for the interview. And I was so nervous because, being that technically I don't have any work history, because I haven't worked in so long. I don't remember phone numbers. I don't remember managers. I don't remember dates. I don't remember anything. So technically I don't have any work history to put down. But God had calmed my nerves, and I'm not sure if he told me, because I have not gotten to that point where I can hear God talking to me, but he just calmed me down. And I felt like everything was going to be okay. Win, lose, or draw, I was going to be okay, and I was going to move forward with life. So, went into the interview. The first thing I had to do was act like, the manager that I talked to, I had to act like I was already working there and she was a customer, and I had to show her something. So I did that, and she said I did an awesome job. The only thing I did not do was tell her my name. So I was like, okay, great. Goes to the interview, goes throughout the interview. Mind you, in the interview, there was one particular person that you could not get a word in because she was so chatty. Every question that was asked, it was a group question, but she just talked over top of everybody. So at first I was getting kind of mad, because I was like, okay, I'm not even able to give my answers the way I would like to, because of so-and-so over here just talking and talking and talking. But once again, I was like, no, I'm just going to hold my mule, and go on with life. So at the end of the interview, she says, "Well, if I was to tell you all that starting pay is so-and-so and so-and-so, who all would still be interested?" So we raised our hand. She said, "So if offered the position today, who all would still be interested?" And we all raised our hand. And she says, "Well, get out your driver's license and your social security card." So we sitting there like, okay, so like, what does that mean? So one of the girls asked, you like, "Okay, so does that mean we got the job?" She was like, "Yes, you all have the job." Now, mind you, I had to basically hold my mule, because I really wanted to just shout all across the little office. I mean, it was just an experience that I will never, ever forget. Like, it was just too much for me at the time. So we did all of our paperwork and everything, and I got the job. Now, mind you, no one never asked me about my previous situation and why I had not worked. They did not ask. It was never even brought up. It was like they did not care. No, I'm not going to say they didn't care. It was God. God put it in place to where I was not asked about my history. I was not asked about my previous life. I was not asked. It was not brought up. I was not asked. So when the time come that it was asked, you know, it was just me and the manager sitting there, and if the question was asked, and I gave my answer, and she basically carried on like I had said nothing at all. And when I tell you it was a gift from God, I know that it was nobody but God. It was nobody but God. I cannot say it was luck. I cannot say I got lucky. I can't say anything, but it was God. So moving on, got the job. Nobody asked no questions. I didn't have to, I mean, it was just easy. It was easy as pie. Like, I had just been released from my job the day before. Like, it was just so easy, and the grace of God was just amazing on that day. I called my mother when I left and told her that I got the job, and I mean, she was just on the phone like praising God like crazy. Like, I'm crying trying to drive. It was just entirely too much going on. It was a feeling that I will never forget, because it's one thing to feel some type of way about yourself and feel down and depressed about yourself, but to have a child in the mix, it's just overwhelming. It's too much. But anyway, moving on. So then I started work. The very first week I was hired, I did not get any hours at all. I got absolutely no hours at all. Then the next week, I think I had about maybe 12 hours. I only had 10 or 12 hours for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had 10 to 12 hours. And the third week, they gave me like 24 hours. And I was shocked, because I had already missed the whole week. And then for 2 weeks, I had only worked like 12 hours. 2 or 3 weeks, I had only worked like 12 hours. So the jump from 12 to 26 hours was just amazing to me. But it was also like a shocker, like, what? But I didn't say nothing, and I was not going to, what's the word I'm looking for? I was not going to complain, because I was just so happy that I had a job. So I talked to my mother when I was telling her my hours, because she's my babysitter when my girlfriend has to work. She was just like, well, you know what? I had been praying to God for more hours. I prayed for you. Thank God for a praying mother. And I said, it was funny to me, because I had just said before I called her, I wonder where these hours came from. And then lo and behold, she tells me that she had been praying for those hours. Now, if you do not believe in God, then this video is not for you. I can tell you right now, if you do not believe in God, this video is not for you, because I am a firm believer, and He is with me, and He has helped me, and He has provided for me these last 2 months more than I could ever ask for in my life. If He does not do anything else for me, He has already done enough. So moving along in my story, I worked that week. I mean, my feet were burning, my ankles are swelling up. I mean, it's just absolutely so much going on. But I absolutely love going to work. I love that place. I love the people. It's just amazing. It's just a feeling that I can't even describe. So, moving on. This week coming up, I looked at the schedule, and normally us seasonal people, we only get no more than 20 to 25 hours a week. None of the seasonal people have gotten more than 20 to 25 hours a week. I looked at my schedule this week. I have 36 hours this week. Now, mind you, there's 2 supervisors that were, they're not really supervisors, but 2 people that can open and close the store. And then you have an assistant store manager, and then you have a store manager. I have 36 hours. The supervisors have 39, and the 2 managers have 40. So by far, I have the most hours of everyone in the store, besides the managers. I mean, that's just it. Like, even I have more hours than the actual yearly regular employees, and that is just absolutely amazing to me. And I told Trina that I don't want to get my hopes up, but I really would just absolutely love to get hired full-time. I would absolutely love it, because once I get my feet together, the job is absolutely amazing. I love working in the public with people. I like to talk. I mean, it's just amazing. So I would absolutely love to get hired full-time. Although if I don't, it's still an amazing experience, and it's absolutely awesome for me, because now I actually have work experience that I can put down on the application and say that I have been back in the workforce, and I'm a reliable, ready to work individual. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And you may not know why. I mean, it may not seem much to you all. It may not seem like enough to make a video called my testimony. But if you have been through, if you had ever been through the things that I have been through in the last 8 years of my life, the depression, the uncertainties, finances, I mean, just, you would understand why I call this my testimony. It is my testimony. Just a couple of Sundays ago, I was at church, and I had been wanting to just take my situation to the altar, but I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it. I have a really big church, and I just really couldn't do it. But a couple of Sundays ago, you know, it was altar call. The preacher was like, you know, if you're ready to come give your life over to Christ, or if you need special prayer, or you need this, then the third, you can come to the altar. We can do special prayer for you today. Today is your day. Well, I never went. And he stayed up there a little longer than normal. He stayed there a little longer than normal. And, you know, everybody's like, oh, my God, can we go home? You know, it's late in the day. We've already been here a long time. You know how church people are. But anyway. And then he says, well, you wonder why I'm still standing here. It's because it's somebody's day. You're supposed to be up here, and you're not. And we will not leave here today until you come. So everybody was like, okay, can whoever it is please go to the altar? You know, it's your day. Come on. Nobody never went. Believe it or not, the next thing out of his mouth was, well, how about this? I'm going to say it like this. If you have been suffering from depression and thought that you wasn't going to make it, and thought that life was not worth living, then you need to be up here. And before I knew it, I was up there. He was waiting for me. It was my time. And it is my time. I went up to the altar, and I received special prayer. And I mean, I felt God all over me. I swear I did. I did. I did. I did. And believe it or not, I have not had one day of depression since then. It was released from me on that day. And I have nobody to thank but God. God, I thank you. I mean, it's just an amazing feeling. I actually can get up and say, I can't sit around here today. I have to go to work. Those 4 words are absolutely amazing to me. I have not been able to say that in 8 years. I have not received a paycheck or any form of payment in 8 years for anything besides doing this from home. And I mean, that was not enough to take care of anything in particular or pay any bills. I mean, it was just day-to-day life. Things that my daughter may need for school. My smoking. I mean, I smoke cigarettes like crazy. But to just be able to say that I have to go to work. I was off today. I'm off. Well, I was off Monday and I'm off Tuesday. These are my only 2 days off. And I have absolutely enjoyed them. Like, it has been a very long time since I was able to say, I'm glad I got to stay home today. Although I absolutely adore my job. But I just wanted to share this with you all, because maybe it's somebody out there that's dealing with depression, or haven't had a job in years and years, or just feeling down and depressed. Take it to God. He will fix it for you. He will fix it for you. He will not do it when you want him to. Because Lord knows I waited so long. And I said I wasn't going to cry. But I waited so long. And I was really close. Life was almost over for me. It was almost over. But by the grace of God, I'm still here. I have to go to work Wednesday. I have to go to work Thursday. I have to go to work Friday. And I have to go to work Saturday. This Christmas, it's been 8 years. My daughter is 8. This Christmas, I was able to buy all of the things for her for Christmas myself. With my own money. And I have nobody to thank but God. So, I just want to say, if you're struggling, you're dealing with something, just take it to God. He can fix it for you. He will fix it for you. Because he did it for me. He did it for me. Sorry I had to get emotional, but I just can't help it. Thanks for watching. And I will talk to you people later. Bye.